Fitzy and Wippa.
Love getting this man in. I mean, he was coming in quite a bit for Celebrity Apprentice with Whip, but you can see Ross Noble now live Sydney Comedy Festival. It runs until May 22nd. If you want to go get your tickets, they're available from sydneycomedyfest.com.au. It's the magnificent Ross Noble.
Hello. It's lovely to see your faces, your actual human faces.
It's good to have you in here, to smell you and to touch you.
Indeed, yes.
Oh, my God.
Actually,
I
Ross,
did think that was a weird way of greeting me. I think people need to know that you've set up it's like a sort of a spit, isn't it? Like a big spit.
We all sniffed you.
And all of the guests get put on the spit and slowly revolve.
Yes.
And you all just sniff and lick.
And I tried
It's
to-
an unusual situation.
I tried to shove an apple in your mouth, and that's when it got really weird.
Well, yes.
you did
It
mark,
wasn't my mouth.
you did
That's
mark
when
the
it got
territory
weird.
outside the studio, that Ross, for other comedians as they come in.
Always
How
mark your territory.
how does a comedian mark their territory when they travel around the world, Ross?
Oh, my
That is-
Lord.
Started at the bottom.
There's only one way I can go with
Yeah, it's
this.
terrible.
With glitter and pure showbiz juices. Showbiz juices. Hello, Ross Noble Showbiz Juices. Are you looking to rehydrate yourself?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Where do you get that?
Exactly.
Can I ask, though, Ross?
You can ask me anything.
The new promos are running around for Celebrity Apprentice. I don't know if you guys have seen the ads on Channel 9.
Yes.
Did that, when you saw the ads, did that bring back any feelings of
Post-traumatic stress. Yes. Yeah, massively. Yeah,
exhaustion?
Yeah, very
pain?
much so. Well, they've gone with the same concept, haven't they, of the giants walking through the street.
Yes.
And most people would look at that and go, that's just a fun thing, seeing the celebrities walking. And I genuinely cowered behind the, oh, God, no. It's happening again.
It's back.
Yeah.
Can we also talk about Would I Lie to You? Because you did the Australian version with Chrissy, and we know how
Yes.
popular it is over in the UK as well.
Yeah.
Mate, can we focus on this sandcastle that you built with Rod Stuart on a beach in France?
Yes.
What did you do? How did that come about?
Well, yeah, it's like, even after I said that was true, they still were like, really? Yeah, it was a genuine thing. So I was on a beach, right? As I am, I was on a beach in the south of France.
Yes, of course.
Just, and so they've got all these like well, what it is, right? I do this thing where I'll sometimes see somebody in the distance that that isn't the celebrity, and I'll pretend to my wife for a bit of a laugh. I'll go like, like it happened once. We were walking down the street, and I went, "Don't look now, don't look now," like that. And she was like, "What? This is in London." She goes, who is it? Who have you spotted? And I go, just don't look now. She goes, who is it, right? And there's these two blokes walking towards us, and they, one of them had glasses, one of them had a beard. And she's like, who is it? And she's looking around, and I say, it's Ben and Jerry off the ice cream, right? And like,
How annoying.
and she was like, what, where, like that. And then I got distracted, not like me, I got distracted, right? And then, and I forgot to say, I'm just being an idiot.
Just joking.
It's not Ben and Jerry off the ice
thought it was
cream.
Ben and Jerry.
And then she was like, I missed them. Anyway, forgot all about it. And then we were at a friend's house, a bit of a party, like a week later, and somebody went, I saw Ringo Starr on Good Street.
Yeah.
And then my wife pipes up in front of everyone and goes, who was it we saw the other day, Ross, right? Puts me in the thing. And I went, it's Ben and Jerry. Because I didn't want to hang her out to dry.
Yeah, of course.
And then the questions start. What do you mean Ben and Jerry off the ice? I thought one of them was dead, right? And I had to play. So I'm now arguing. I don't know if Ben or Jerry, either or, are alive or dead. So I'm now arguing that he's still alive, and people are getting their phones. I'm going, let's move on.
And we started with Ringo Starr, guys.
Yeah,
So Rod Stewart, he was on the beach.
So I saw this fella coming down the beach, and he was just like this old man, you know, this sort of old fella, but he had sort of dyed blonde hair. Yeah. So I start my joke that here he comes with his joke, and I go, don't look now. It's Rod Stuart. And I'm thinking, ha. She's going to turn round, see an old man with blonde hair, and go, it's just no man with blonde hair. Anyway, she turns around. It is Rod Stewart. And she turns around and looks straight at him and goes bright red. And he got off. There was like a, those big yachts that they have, them super yachts.
Yeah.
So he's coming on a little launch, right?
We are sailing.
It was like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the only reason he does it.
Because of his bloody song.
He hates being on the water. And he goes, but it's my brand. I've got to do it. Do you know what I mean? It's like whenever you visit the Mull of Kintyre, there's Paul McCartney with his bagpipes. You go, oh, come on.
Oh.
Anyway, so so up he comes, he's storming the beat like a rocker and a pensioner rocket like Omaha. Wow, yeah. Here he comes up the beach, Saving Private Ryan style, doddering up there. Anyway, so he sits on the table opposite us, and this restaurant, it's got its own private beach. So we finish our food, and then we go down, and I start building a sandcastle. And when I build a sandcastle, I commit.
Yeah, I bet you do.
It's at one point, and I didn't get, they didn't tell us on the TV. They have the guys with the sort of the ice cream carts, with the big sand wheels on it. My sandcastle was so big that the guy could no longer get beach access through the property that we built. So at one point he's like, well, how am I gonna? So I had to help him wait until the waves went out and then push him into the sea and then round. And so we're digging away. And then Rod Stewart, like his kids came over and just started joining in. And his wife, Penny, lovely woman, said, oh, is it all right if the kids join in with your sandcastle? Of course it is. Get involved. So now we're building several walls and there's turrets and battlements and everything. And then sure enough, like Rod, who is like fast asleep because he's an old man. All he wants to do, he just wants to lie there sleeping, thinking about all of the women he's been with in his life. When his hips worked, that's what he wants to think about. And anyway, he gets the nudge. Go on, play with the kids, and you can see.
God. You could hear his hips screaming.
God. I've been on tour for the last 30 years. I just want to lie down. Why did I have such young children? And anyway, so he gets up and he starts building, and he gets so into it, like do this wall. Come on, get around here.
Really?
And we're digging away, and we're going for it. And then at one point, I stopped, and I literally turned around and went, have you noticed anything, Rod? And he went, no, what? I went, the kids aren't with us anymore. And the kids had his kids had gone off to play football. My kids were doing something up the beach or whatever. And Rod and but there was a moment, and this was the beautiful thing, right? Is the fact that they went, oh yeah, the kids. And we both paused. And we went back to building the sandcastle. There wasn't like a bit where we went, oh, well, let's go back.
So you classify him as a mate now?
He is now.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Did he know who you were?
Look, I don't know.
Didn't want to say
Did you show him any YouTube clips of your stand-up route?
I mean, could you imagine?
Here's me in the top 10. Hey Rod, you've had a hit. That's all right, mate.
I'm just saying. I think we might have played some of the same venues. That is such an awkward.
Sorry, Rod. Ricky Gervais is calling me.
That you had with Shayna on Celebrity Apprentice.
But that's always the weird. But like, do you have this right? If you see somebody that you recognise, how much do you assume that they know who you are?
Never,
exactly.
Ever.
You can never. But then there's that weird thing of if you're in a situation where you see somebody and they do know who you are, and you're in that weird situation of kind of going, well, we don't. No. Like
we don't know each other, but we know each other.
But we do know each other, and there's a short hand. And I also think there's a thing of like, when you see somebody and you just. Because it happened to me once. I was walking down a corridor and I saw this bloke and I thought he was a cameraman at a studio that I was at the studio. I hadn't worked there for years. And I was walking and I saw this bloke and I just went, oh, I know him. And I went, and there must be like a word. Germans probably have a word for this. And I just went, they always have, they always have like a word.
Krackensack.
Oh, it was a Krackensack. Yeah, it was a Krackensack. Krackensack.
Interesting Krackensack.
That's a different thing. That's when you get up. When you're sitting naked on a plastic chair and you get up too quickly. That's like, So I saw this fella, and he was just in the corridor, and I went, "All right, mate," and he went, "All right there," and I went, "Oh, that's Paul McCartney," and it was one of those things where he's such a recognisable face,
And a great cameraman.
and I just, of course, you just think like,
Yes.
of course, and he was so famous that he sort of tipped, and at the risk,
Tipped off
right,
over the other side.
exactly, and I just went, and then I realized, oh no, that's it. But you're talking it for this. I went to see you. Right, stop the clock.
You stop the clock. This is commercial
This is-
radio.
I know.
Throw the plan out the window, Tommy. We got Ross Noble in.
Just because this links back to what you were saying before.
Okay.
I went
Show us
to
the
see.
link.
There was. I went to see a comedian in London. I was. Before the pandemic, I went to see a comedian in London, and afterwards, went backstage, and we were chatting away, and we were in the dressing room, and there was quite a few people in the dressing room, and there was like out the corner of my eye, I see like a sort of nana. You know, like just this little. It sounds like I'm knocking the old people. I'm really not.
No, that's
It's a
all right.
sort of a nana, just sort of this ridiculous show of it. I mean, Peter, you stood off here. So I see this nana out the corner. I think that's a bit weird. There's quite a lot of sort of quite hip types in there. So there's a nana doing it, and I'm just chatting to it, and then the person I'm talking to literally just like nods and just goes, "That's Madonna," and I hooked out.
I'm Nana.
And sure enough, it's Madonna.
It was Madge.
And it's the whole time. And
You're the reason she's dating a 20-year-old.
You thought she was
You
an
made her
old,
feel
was an
old,
old
no,
nanny.
I thought she was there with a carer. I thought it was a carer. There was literally, but you know, my peripheral vision
Yeah.
doesn't recognise her as a pop icon.
Wow.
My peripheral vision thinks, oh, there's a nana down
there's a
there.
nana.
And then I've had a look. I would have helped her across the road.
Wow.
It was Madonna.
The tea lady's arrived. I wonder if she's doing cookies.
Exactly. Guess a Kit Kat, love. You know, that's unacceptable. Anyway, I'd like to officially say I am a showbiz pond. What was that?
Ross Noble, Rod Stewart, and
Well done.
Madonna once again meet
Got
up
it.
once again.
Got it.
If you want to go see Ross at the Sydney Comedy Festival, go to sydneycomedyfest.com.au. Love you, Ross. Thanks for coming in.
having me.
Fitzy and Wippa.